What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this lightsaber. Let's get to it. Before this video starts, I'd just like to say I think that lightsabers can be made in many different ways, and because of that, I'm not showing really how I made my lightsaber specifically. I'm showing how to make one, but it can be changed in a variety of different ways, and you can really build upon this and make a really good prop. Mine is mediocre, but for a first try, I like it. Anyway, I hope you enjoy, and let's get to it. For this project, you're gonna need this drain body, this sinkhole cover, lead-free repair kit, 4-inch clear tube guard for fluorescent bulbs, assorted craft foam that we will paint black, and this 22 gauge tailpiece strainer. My design will be loosely based off of this lightsaber that I found online by just searching up lightsaber. I don't really want a definite lightsaber that I'm building towards, because I think the whole process of this is just creative, like finding parts and then putting them together in whatever assortment you want. So although I gave you a materials list and I'm showing you this picture, I really just think that this project is something that you just build, and it's not really a definite plan of something. You're not really building toward anything specific. Just to start, I'm gonna take these self-adhesive foam mats and I'm gonna spray paint them black. Now I will take all my parts, I'm gonna lay them down, see what I think fits where. I can always cut other parts to make them shorter. My whole point of having two separate hilts is that they'll go on top of each other, creating this layered depth, which is what makes the lightsabers, in my opinion, look really cool. So I'm just gonna take off all these little plastic bits, and I found this peg for a bike that I think would look really cool. It's really heavy metal, so it's super nice. I'm gonna unpack these things, just see where everything lays, and then I can start cutting things and really getting the detail down. So I think I've got this the way I want it. I'm going to take my angle grinder, or just maybe my Dremel tool, and I'm gonna cut a small portion right here to cover up this hole and these threads, leaving these threads here. Then I don't think I really like this knob because it doesn't allow me to put my hand comfortably over the whole entire lightsaber. So I think I'm just gonna chop off that knob and maybe make a hole here, so that maybe when I have a flashlight at the end, then the light will come out of here a little bit and then out of the front top. Also, I'd really like to have this huge piece of metal right here, but sadly, this doesn't slide perfectly over the whole thing. It only slides over the beginning part because that's a little thinner. So I'm gonna see if I can take my angle grinder and grind down this whole entire area small enough that this can evenly slide over it, and then I'll do some decorative cutting there. I also have this small knob that I think would go great on a portion here, and that's pretty much what I have in mind right now. So let me go get to cutting. That shouldn't take too long. I'll just set everything up and cut it. So I messed up big time when cutting this. I cut right into all of the threads, which is really bad, but it just means that I have to use a little more creative genius when I'm constructing this. So to fix this and to make it look better, I think I'm gonna take the black felt, or the black craft foam, and I'm gonna lay a strip here and then do 4 of them total and a band going around here. Then also, since I just cut everything, it's a little sharp, so I have to smooth this down and make sure that all of these are perfect, including the end. Then I can start to construct everything. When using the craft foam, I'm going to be using super glue. Although it is already self-adhesive, the adhesive is pretty trash, so I just want to make sure that everything sticks properly. So this is a checkup. So far I've done a lot. It doesn't look very good. I really don't like how it's turning out, but this is what I have done. I've attached little plastic pieces instead of the little foam pieces that I thought I was going to use. This is just ABS, and I have filled the gaps with foam, as you can see right there. And then this bottom part I still haven't covered. I'm gonna have to cover it with this, but all of these prongs get in the way, so I'm gonna have to cut them off and then just glue the cap onto the end of it. Painted the threaded part gold just to give it a little stand out. I don't think I like it. I think I might end up just like, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with that. But what I'm thinking right now is maybe I'll drill holes along this whole line, so then when I have the light in here, it'll shine really brightly. Also, I'm gonna have to put on this part on here, and these already have holes in them. These holes are where I'm gonna put this little metal screw along with this metal ring. Then when I have all of that, I'm gonna take this part, and where I've drawn with silver Sharpie, I'm gonna use tin snips to try and snip that away, and we'll just see how all of that works. That's what I'm gonna work on right now. I know that's a lot to think about, but that is what I'm doing. So I've kind of done a lot. I took the peg for the bicycle and I put that on this tube right here. This tube is the main body tube that went with this threaded piece. I took the black ring off. I really didn't like it. It was just made this whole thing super bulky, and I didn't like the other rings, so I cut this all out, which might or might not have been a good decision. We'll see. So far, I really like the look of this a lot better. I placed the button here. I also cut these parts out here and here just to add a little more form to the lightsaber. And what I'm planning on doing is I spray painted the piece of PVC black, and I'm gonna slide it in here, file down these edges just to make them softer, take some Sharpie and put it on this metal that I've just roughed up and just rub it in so that it's darker but not like Sharpie color, but still kind of like a metallic color. And then with this pipe, I might drill holes and thread wire through it, kind of like Kylo Ren's lightsaber. Once again, I've changed lots of things. I took the gold off of here because it just looks really cheap and crappy, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this middle band. I painted it black and then it looked bad, so I don't know. I'll keep it like this for now, but I'm gonna think of something I can do to that. Then this gold here just looks really cheap and crappy, so I think I'm gonna dry brush it with black to try and give more detail to these lower rings, and hopefully that'll turn it out. Still not really sure what I'm gonna do with this black pipe. It also looks cheap. I really like the whole metal thing, and I just feel like painting stuff made it look worse. So advice to anyone building this, don't paint as many things. So what I finally decided on after much thought is this design. This is my final aesthetic design for the lightsaber. I've added a little clip here, which is typical on most lightsabers. I just made this out of the part that I cut off of the top. I have this little brass screw thing that I got from the lead-free repair kit. And then I have another screw that is just laying around that I found. This is just the piece of PVC, as you saw, that I just screwed in for aesthetic looks. This is the normal color of the metal that is under this shiny silver. I just sanded the silver away. Gold spray painted threads with a dry brush of black to bring out the threading. This is the bottom tube, and I put the end cap on, which I just had to flatten and glue on because it was not going to fit inside of the cap the way I thought it would, since I have the rest of these tubes in here. So that's the whole aesthetics of the lightsaber completed. I know not much of this was very tutorial, it was more like watch me build it. The next thing to work on is the lights. So when it came to the plastic tube, the tube was not a perfect fit, so I just cut a small slit in it, and then that makes it so that it can crunch down to whatever size. And then as long as you force this little knob part under there, it'll push it all back and make it a really tight fit. Then I'm just gonna cut this at the length I want it. I'm pretty sure I just want this blade to be about 2 feet long. It seems right for the handle. And then we will work with the flashlight. Now once you've cut it to your desired length, you're gonna sand the crap out of it so that it reflects the light and will actually light up and look good. Then once you've done that, all you need now is a flashlight that you can turn on and fit inside of the tube. Then you have a really decorative flashlight. And then you put the tube over it, and hopefully, if you've sanded it enough, it lights up the whole tube. This is not the best way of doing this. I'm not really sure what the best way of doing this is that I can think of. Probably better tubes that you could use for this. This is kind of flimsy, as you can see, and there's probably other stuff that can reflect the light better. And if you want to change the color, I was thinking that you could use just some kind of plastic, but it makes the light a lot darker, and it's hard to find the proper color. If you find the right color, then putting a little piece of plastic over it would probably do wonders for the color. Or if somehow if you knew how to do electronics, you could just make these red LEDs. But that is what that looks like. So I'm gonna go show you in a dark room what this looks like. I think it looks pretty cool. So this is what the finished lightsaber looks like. I think it's pretty good. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I think this actually turned out pretty well. I did not have high hopes for it, honestly, and halfway through it was looking pretty bad. But as long as I just keep testing things and trying new things, then it looks good. Always look online. There are a lot of good lightsabers online, and they really helped me. I looked at one that was like an accurate schematic of how it would work if it really worked, and it had like the crystal inside, and it showed me like there should be a switch here, there should be a knob here. That really inspired me to make something better and where to put things. So when you're building this, really look online, it helps a lot, but try to be creative and make your own. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please share it, like it up, subscribe. I'm outie.